This morning at church, our lesson from the Hebrew scripture was the story of Moses and the bulrushes. At least that's what we called it when I was in Sunday school. And the story goes something like this. After the children of Israel had been living in Egypt for some time, Pharaoh became concerned that they were becoming very powerful. And so he instructed the midwives that when they assisted in the birth of a Hebrew child, if it was a male, they should kill it. If it was a female, they should allow it to live. But the midwives were not comfortable with this, didn't want to do it at all, and so they refused to do it. Pharaoh called them and said, "Why are there so many male Hebrew children? I thought I'd told you to kill the male children." "Oh," they said, "we would, but the Hebrew women are much stronger than the Egyptian women, and by the time we get there, they've already delivered the children." Quick thinking. Well, Pharaoh then, realizing that plan didn't work and still being very concerned about the power and the growth and the number of the Hebrews in his country, decreed that all the male children born to the Hebrews should be thrown into the Nile River. When Moses' mother gave birth to a male, she was very concerned and did not want to throw her child into the river, and so she came up with an ingenious plan. She built a little basket out of papyrus, made it waterproof, created a little cushion, one thinks, in there for comfort for the child, and put him in some reeds that were growing beside the river. It wasn't too long before Pharaoh's daughter came to bathe at that very spot of the river, and one suspects that Moses' mother may have known that's where Pharaoh's daughter would be. But at any rate, when Pharaoh's daughter came down to the river and got into the river, she heard the baby crying, and she went over and found the basket and opened it, and there was a lovely baby boy. Oh, she thought it must be one of the Hebrew children, and she didn't want to see it drown, and so she said she would take it and raise it as her own son. Well, quickly, Moses' older sister came down and said to the Egyptian princess, "Oh, but wouldn't you like to have a nurse of this Hebrew people to be a nurse for this child?" "Why, yes," said Pharaoh's daughter. "What a wonderful idea." And so Moses' sister went back and got Moses' mother to be a nursemaid. And what's even better than that, she got her son back, but she was also paid to raise him. A friend of mine were talking after service at how clever many of the people in the Hebrew Bible are as we read through these various stories. And he commented that they seem to think very quickly on their feet. Now think about it. First, the midwives, and then Moses' sister came up with a plan almost instantaneously. I wonder if they had had some improv training. Well, maybe not. But if you would like to be quicker thinking on your feet, you can have improv training. Just go to laughtolearn.com and book it. And if you're not quicker on your feet afterwards, or if for any reason you don't like the training you get, it's guaranteed. Don't pay me.